Hello. And Dr. De Silva showed how to create a graph looking like this, where we're determining the time of reaction from going from about 100% transmittance to close to 0%. So let me go to the data, and I'm going to quickly create a graph. We'll do a scatter. And as usual, I want you to move the chart into its own sheet, its own tab. And I'm going to call this run 1A because I've already created a 1. And let's see, just quickly get rid of a lot of the empty space. So I'm going to go from 0 to 60 on the x-axis. I'm going to go from 0 to 100 on the y-axis. Okay. And let's see. Of course, you need labels on the axes and all that. But what I want, first I'm going to look at the data, and I'm going to use from point time is 2 seconds to time is 14 seconds. I'm going to draw a best fit line through that data. So by clicking on the graph, I'm in chart design, and I'm going to go to select data. And let's see, I'm going to add, and I'm going to call this 1. And I'm going to click on the X values, and from there I'm going to go over to the data. And let's see, I said I wanted from 2, and now I forget, I think it was 14. And I can go look, no I can't. Okay. We'll just live with 2 to 14. All right, I'm going to click in the Y area, and I'm going to click on the Y values from 2 to 14. Okay. And you can see that these points have got a different color to them. So now I can double click. And let's see, we'll double click again, add trend line. I don't particularly care about the equation on the chart. I do want to extend this line out because there's going to be a line through this nearly vertical part of the graph, and I want those to intersect. So it looks to me like I need to come out to about 20. So for forecast, I'm going to go forward, and let's go 7, see how that works. And that looks like it's going to work. Okay. And now I want a line through this data, and it looks to me like this point is at 24. And let's go down, and looks like that's 32. So again, I click on the graph where it's highlighted chart design. I'm going to select data, and let's see, I said 22 to 34? 32. 22 to 32. Select data. I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to call it 2. Click on the X values. Go to the data. And let's see, I set X from 22 to 32. And then I'm going to click on the Y, and I'm going to click on the Y data adjacent to 22 to 32. Click OK. And this has changed color, the points that I highlighted in the middle. So I'm going to insert a trend line. Now this I want to forecast backward. And it looks to me like I'm forecasting about I don't know, let's say 5 backwards. See how that works? And that works good. You can see where it intersects. It intersects mighty close to 20 seconds on the x-axis. And, okay, click on the trend line. I want to forecast forward. And it looks to me like I'm going from about 30 to around 36. That's about 4. Let's go 5 for good luck. Okay. Gone a little bit below the axis. I can, reformat this y-axis later. And let's see, the last line segment, I want to put a trend line where you're about at a 0 absorbance. So that looks to me like about 48. Let's go 48 to 60. So again, I click on the graph. Let's see, chart design, select data, and let's see, okay, I'm going to add another data set, call it 3, click on the X, and let's see, I believe I went from 48 to 60, click on the Y, then click on the Y data adjacent to 48 to 60. Click OK. I've got this data highlighted here. I'll go add trend line. And I want to forecast this backwards. And it looks to me like I need to go about, let's call it 14. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to be estimating the time. This is the end of the reaction. This is the beginning of the reaction. And I want to measure that time. And I want to get as many significant figures as I can. So let's see. I'm going to add minor grid lines. And it looks like, let's see, between 30 and 40, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 divisions. So each one of those lines is 2. And let's see. You know what? I'm going to format minor grid lines. I'm trying to get format minor grid lines. I was trying to get more divisions. I keep trying to click on minor grid lines. It seemed like it worked before. Major grid lines? No, that's not helping. Okay, well, I might just have to format axis. Let's see, units, major, minor. I'm going to change this minor to 1. Okay, now I've got 10 divisions, so it's going to be easier to estimate. And let's see, this looks to me like 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to call that 35.5. And this intersection up here, that looks to me like 19.9. So I'm just going to insert a text box just to show y'all how I'm calculating this. So this is, and of course, I clicked before I inserted it. All right, so this was reaction time. And let's see, I said 35.5 minus 19.9. And let me think, that's 15.5 plus 0.1, so that's 15.6 seconds that this particular reaction had. Okay, and let's see, I want to clean this thing up. So over here on the y-axis, double click, and format axis. And for the minimum, I want 0. That 100 is good. All right, and let's see. Back on chart design, I can add chart elements. So I'm going to need a chart title above the chart, and I'll let y'all fill that in. Axis titles, we have okay, this is going to be time divided by seconds, and I'm going to have a vertical axis, and this is going to be %T. I believe it was at 499 nanometers. All right. And of course, y'all can pretty that up. So I'm thinking that's pretty much it. I've got it in its own tab, and you'll be doing this. This chart title probably should be something like Run 1 for, let's see, HCl plus I'm trying to determine the rate law by varying the concentrations. Okay, so let's see if I can now turn this video off and